welcome in. I apologize for that interruption in the last video. I am the ARCANAANGEL, spirit-led, cornbread fed. I am in the South, y'all. I'm grateful to be here, and I'm not going to give up. Even if something tries to stop this message, we will push through. That's all about this energy today. I know we get caught up on the 22222222222. But remember, in numerology, it always boils down to the lowest form of the number. And all those twos today equal 12, which equals the 3. It's so divine because, I was talking about the wheat and the tariff growing together. And that's why the title of this video is Expect Great Things, but Expect Not So Great Things Too. At the end of that video, the last video that I did, Wheat and the Tariff, storm warning had came out. So that lets me know it is some things that will be uprooted, but naturally from the divine. Only thing we have to do is talk the talk, walk the walk, keep it 100. The numerology of 100 is all about walking it like you talk it. And I feel like that's the way we're going to overcome and the energies, the planetary alignments is all about helping us to restore what needs to restore, not just for us today, but for our generations to come, our great grandkids and our great great grandkids. They'll be walking in whatever we are manifesting today. 3 is all about manifestation and ascended masters and ascended angels and having optimism and creativity and balancing our talents, building the kingdom on our talents. These things that we'll be passing on from generations to generation, the truths that we'll be passing on, that's what we are establishing during this time. And I like that the angel of balance came out and victory came out in that last reading. I mean, ain't that a blessing, right? Everything getting balanced, everything getting stable, and it's causing us to reap victory. And the healer of ages and cornucopia came out well, right? Like God's plan, not ours, right? But he do give us opportunities, right? That cornucopia is massive opportunities, right? And the wheat and the cherub is all about the world. This is us, y'all. This is the great division. This is what we're talking about right now. 29, the 2, you see it, right? What are we gonna adopt? What are we gonna take into? What's gonna bring love and longevity into our families, right? I feel like it's gonna have a lot to do with our spirituality as well, right? The world. In that last video, I was trying to see what we were bound to. A lot of us are just bound to emotional attachments, things that are emotional and that we know better, right? That's why I did the video on the mental health, like recognizing those positive triggers, because even though it seems that you're being knocked around, thrown around by the world, right? Like the world is against you, is you against the world. Can't nothing go right. It seems like everybody that's doing something wrong is always reaping the best, and you get the short end of the stick. It's realizing that those things are came to free you, right? Just wait. You're about to be free. Archangel Gabriel, underlying energy is going to come with actually communicating those things that really bring you freedom, right? Communicating how to start this new adventure, right? Being responsible with your communication and being responsible expressing yourself, because the way you express yourself today, your great grandkids and great great grandkids, that's what they'll live on. So if you're a man wearing a skirt today, think about your great great grandkids and your great 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 kids after that. I mean, you okay with it right now, but is that really the truth that you want to be known for your generational wealth, your generational foundation? So let's see what else Spirit have to show us with this world card. Expect great things. The man holding the coin. Okay, masculine energy, air sign, fire signs, or just a man, period. right? The coin, though, I feel like the coin, that's the stability, but those are your conscious thoughts, right? What are you really creating, right? What world are we creating? Right? What world are we creating for the generations to come? See, that world is far off, right? This is us now looking to see what we're creating. Right now, it's half and half, wheat and tare, good and bad, light and dark growing together. What is it ultimately going to be for you and your future, your family? It's going to cause us to have patience. Remember, it's not going to happen overnight. The changes won't happen overnight. That's the whole lesson of the parable. The solar plex chakra flow on the floor as I was shuffling. But we're going to put that in back in the deck. What do we need to do to get our ideal situations and our abundance, right? What do we need to do to create? The pinnacle is all about creation, right? What are we going to do to create? The world is all about creation. What are we going to do to create the abundant world that we want for our families? 333, this is a positive wake-up call to move forward. Blessings trying to get through, right? Sustainability trying to get through. Value trying to get through, and it's definitely going to come with us having to walk away. The energy of today is change and detachment. Change and detachment. What are those things that you need to change about yourself, your surroundings? What are those things you need to change about your finances? What are those things that you need to change in your surroundings, right, to provide you the best opportunities possible? I love that too. The 2-2 is using your intuition, right? Trusting your intuition. I did a video. I just uploaded it in the shorts. It said now's the time to trust your intuition and evaluate people's motives, right? What's the motive behind? What's the true motive that's keeping you stuck? What's the true motive in you creating the world that you are creating? Are you operating off of feelings, emotions, or facts? Remember, what's binding you to that? Spirit, anything else that you would like to show us? Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Yeah, we definitely been thinking about it, right? God knows your prayers. Your prayers have been heard. They've been heard, not necessarily saying they're going to be answered, because remember, he's going to give us the thing that it brings most value for the generations to come. Right, he's gonna give us the blessings that will be for his higher good, right? For the world's high, for the universe, right? Because one thing for sure and two things for certain: once we dead and gone, this world will still be here. Wow. Okay. Anything else? Yep. Rest, rejuvenation, goddess of the moon. This waning energy. This waning gibbous is all about getting rid of stress, getting rid of worries. This is the opportunity, this moon energy right now where we are. This is operating under grace, right? God giving us the grace to prepare, the time to prepare. It look like she about to take a shot. Like, this is your shot. This is your time. I love that. It's your time. And you got 9, 9, and 9. Right? This is saying you need to step it up. Right? Step it up. Don't get caught in the past. Right? Don't get caught in the past. We're trying to manifest and see what do we need to do to better our futures. Right? This is like, Spirit is saying this is like a magical time for us. A magical time for us. And it is going to take quiet preparation. It is going to take us creating the atmosphere that we can thrive, that we can grow, right? Creating an atmosphere of abundance. I like this energy. Look at that energy. Right? I know a lot of times we talk about walking away and changing, and that's because some things have to be cut off so we can grow. So we can grow. 333-999. 4 and 4. A wake up call. Wake up call. Wake up call to restore a life, to have a magical transformation in your family. Right? A magical time to open a door, a new door to value, right? To find sanctuary and peace in your surroundings, to provide that. And I told you that storm was coming, but it's God's plan. Right? It's God's plan. See, the wheat have to grow with the chaff, or else we gonna mess up everything. That's why I wanted to pull what was this storm. Like, what is this storm that's coming? What's being initiated? It's something in the family. God is initiating something for the families. And that's what I wanted to know. Like, what is being initiated for the families? Oh, appreciation, new hearts, gratefulness, a new path. A new path is being initiated. A new path, new love is being initiated. A new appreciation for your family is being initiated. New creative ideas and opportunities is being initiated. A chance to learn new skills is being initiated. New talents is being initiated. I told you some good things and some bad things, some great things and some not so great things. I feel like the not so great things are things that we thought how we thought it was gonna go, but it's not necessarily what that is, because we got the caring connections and friends and family we thought were behind us, relationships we thought were with us, but then it came out to be cheaters or bitter people that was around us, people that was really just choking out our life, right? I feel like in this, you see how all of that is so much grass and stuff mixed with the flowers, right? It can literally choke out the broody. I feel like God is giving us, initiating a chance for us to appreciate the beauty in all things. We have to grow together, right? But we don't have to let it overtake us. Don't let the bad overtake you, right? This is a time to follow your intuition. It flew on the floor, so I'm gonna put it back. It's being initiated. Relationship. Look, you got the man holding the coin and the woman holding the coin. Divine feminine, divine masculine. Businesses being initiated. Strong families being initiated. Couples, reliable friendships being initiated. Okay, I love that energy. I love that. Strong appreciation, strong value. A strong value. Strong value systems are being initiated. Okay, I love that energy. The man and the woman holding a coin. Is just calling really for patience. That's what the whole parable of the wheat and the chaff was about, patience. But there's the sun. There's the sun, but it come with a fight. I did it in that video about the karma, right? We can't get afraid of the word karma. Karma is simply what we reap from the karmic actions. Karmic just means the actions that you put forth, the actions that you put forth. What's your motives behind what you do, right? This is a very promising period. Very promising time for us, family. Very promising time for us. Letting the wheat grow with the chaff, with the tariff, Some of it is gonna happen fast. I mean, you're gonna feel a little dizzy, right? Like it's happening so fast. You're gonna feel like, wow, everything is changing all of a sudden. Remember, we are in the age of Aquarius. We are in that air energy now. Things are happening fast. I know that if you notice, people are starting to reap what they sow quicker than ever nowadays. Just remember, let love be the motive. What are you trying to create? Your love for your family, your love for what you do, what brings you joy, right? Let that be the motive. It's time to keep out the motive so we can what's the motives behind the change? What's the motive? What's the motives that's gonna push us through the door, this door to value? What's the motive that's gonna push us through to receive our healing? What's motive is gonna push us through to receive those healthy, stable relationships? What's your motive, right? What is your motive? I feel like we need to be appreciative. I want to pull on this storm warning because it's a 10. That means it's definitely a completion of a cycle, right? The storm is a 10 card, but something is ending so something can be initiated. This is beware of your thoughts, right? You got a clean slate coming, fresh new ideas, promising period ahead, right? From the divine with that too, because of what you put in karmically, right? You about to reap whatever actions you've been doing. You about to reap that. And I feel like you're about to reap it sooner than later. Just hold on. Or them against you. Remember, it's a two-way street. But, I like to focus on us, right? Our wellness, our healthiness, our wisdom. It's never, to me, it's never about what anybody else is doing. It's never about what they doing. It's always about what we're doing. Right? So I feel like what are we doing? What is happening to restore this? I feel like our romance. Remember, we got the guy holding the heart, right? What's restoring our heart? What do we need to do? What is this that's happening to restore our heart? What is this happening to restore our finances, our businesses, taking care of our business? It's something happening behind the scenes, y'all. It's something happening. It's been going for a long time. It's been going for a long time. Some of you guys are in your 30s, 50s, 40s. I got 30s, 50s, and 40s out here. It's been happening a long time since we were teenagers. Some things that were initiated in us when we were teenagers, that's the stuff that's about to be broke up now. I know me, I was a teenage mother, right? I had my first pregnancy when I was 15 years old. But I appreciate my kids, right? I appreciate it. I learned a long time ago to appreciate being a young mother because having a child in high school, middle school, and elementary school, it allowed me to have the energy to keep up. They couldn't get nothing up on me because I was still youthful and vigorous, and I was still optimistic, and I had just learned those skills, so it's easy for me to implement them, right? So I want to know, what is this storm, Spirit? Can you give us something on this storm that Spirit is bringing about to make a change, right? The master teacher, right? This storm, I told you that everything that we think is bad or triggers, we always use the word trigger. In this community, the tarot community, we use the word trigger a lot. I know this, even this across the board, everybody is using the word trigger, but everybody pretty much puts a negative connotation on it. But I want to let you know that these triggers are positive triggers. If you want to make positive changes, you have to know it. You have to see it. It has to happen so that you can move forward, that you can strive forward. It has to happen. Right? It has to happen. Striving forward, moving forward. The King of Pinnacles, there's that value. Right? This is rushing towards that value. Right? This storm is to propel you forward. Right? It's to propel you forward, to show you that it's much more out here to life. Right? I like that. The Knight of I love that Knight of Swords energy. Right? Knight of Swords is the fastest move. Didn't I tell you it was coming? Didn't I tell you it was on the way? First of all, a knight is movement. And the Knight of Swords is like the fastest moving knight in the deck. Like, just like that tornado happened, all of a sudden, I feel like something is going to change all of a sudden. Like, this has been going on from when we were teenagers. We had got, I guess you could say, caught up in these cycles. And it's time to break those. It's time to recognize who really love us and who really don't, what we really value and what we don't, right? It's time to recognize those things. Oh, this storm. This storm is King of Pinnacles. It could be something to do with your finances or the way you manage things, the way you handle your business, right? It could have to do, it could have something to do with your routines. Definitely, I told you about writing the things down, right? Writing the things down. But this storm is happening to develop new stable routines, period. New stable routines. What's this storm? What's this? What is this? Yeah, taking the time out, the Hermit card with the Strength card. The Strength card is all about using effort. And the Page of Cups, that's using, I feel like this is using spiritual effort, right? With that, especially it flew over the healer of the ages, like using the divine, the wheat and the tear parable is us, right? It is recognizing that you are the value, like that you have value, that you are worthy, right? This is looking inside for what I told you, that love, that passion, right? What, looking inside to see what is really, what you really going, what's the real motives behind what you are doing, what you're doing. The Knight of Wands is, why are you going? The Knight of Wands is movement, right? I feel like it's risky movement. Like, look inside to see, why are you taking the risk that you're taking? Or why? I mean, either have taken, right? Looking at the past so we can better our future, or the risk that we need to take to move forward. Because this knight is moving forward. He's moving forward. Moving forward. And you got two. This is fast energy. The Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Sudden movement, sudden change. Sudden change. That there's that generational wealth, right? Generational substance. I feel like we detaching from things from the past that we thought were valuable, but is no longer serving us. Remember, I said this is a time to evaluate what brings us value. What are we really risking? Right? This is the time. 222. This is the day to decide what you want to change, what you want to detach from, and align with your goal, the goals that you really want. Give us something on this Knight of Wands, please. Yeah, this the separation right here. You wheat or you tear? Are you bitter? Are you poisonous? Are you a cheater? Right? Or do you add value where you go? Do you inspire? Do you motivate? This is where we are right now. This is with the High Priestess and the Knight of Cups. This is using our spirituality, being quiet about it, right? And seeking inside. We got the Hermit and the High Priestess, right? This is clearing up things that are foggy, or clearing up things. This is rethinking the way we did things in the past. Remember that High Priestess is that two energy, right? This is really trying to figure out the relationship. The Knight of Cups is kind of non-committal, right? This is rethinking those. This is rethinking the commitment, right? What do you really want to? Where do you really want to go? What do you really want to do? What's holding you back? Right? What's holding you back? What do you want to commit to? What do you want to commit to? Wow. And remember that high priestess, that's the gateway. You got that 11 and 11. Powerful gateway, a powerful time right now to use your intuition and set out on the path that you want to go. Right? Your senses should be sharper at this period with all the planets going forward, like all the universal energy moving together with you, working together with you by any means necessary. Right? Overcoming challenges. This is a positive time to overcome challenges, take the lead, and break in. What are you trying to break? Are you trying to break out of some change, out of confusion, out of animosity? Are you trying to break out of bitter relationships, heartbreak? Are you trying to break in to a new lifestyle? What are you trying to do? Setting clear goals, being realistic, taking authority over situations. Give me something on this man and this woman spirit holding this coin, this door to value, this relationship that's going to be stable and add value and growth. Please show us about this coin. We all know coins is business and property and health. There's the 301s. Looking at the big picture. I told you this is the time right now to decide what do you need to do to restore financial health? What do you need to do to restore all around health for your situation? Right? For your family, for your business, for your body, for yourself. What do you need to do to establish that? Look at the big picture, put behind things that don't serve you and move forward. Or stay stuck. It's up to you. Remember, it goes both ways. Right? It goes both ways. What do you need to do to progress to make your dreams come true? These are concrete dreams. These are things you can literally have and hold. What are you going to do to establish your dreams? What are you going to do to establish your ideal situation? Whether it's romantic, whether it's financial, whatever you need to restore in your family. Remember, because if you do not learn, like a lot of us, I was born in 78. So one thing that I hear from my generation is that we wasn't taught how to balance checkbooks. We wasn't taught how to be financially literate. So these are the things that I want to instill in the generations to come in my family, right? How to be stable, how to balance a checkbook, how to invest properly, right? How you going to invest properly? Like, what's the bigger picture? What are you trying to create? What are you trying to create? What are you pumped up about? Or maybe you need to get pumped up about it. Let's see. Anything else on this man and this woman holding the coin? The star. All possibilities. Right? Not being too anxious, but being ready. Right? This is a time to be ready. This is a time to come together and see who is really in your surroundings. Right? Is it really a friend or is it a foe? I feel like this is a time to flirt with all the positive aspects that God gives you to do. Right? It's a time to go ahead and flirt. And I like that because it came right out over the man holding the heart. It's really a time to flirt with the idea, with the idea that you can have anything and you can build a strong foundation, and flirt with the idea that you can change the world. All it takes is one. Look at let me see who have changed the world. Facebook, the guy that did Facebook, that was changing, right? The guy that Apple, Steve Jobs, that changed the world as we know it. Those things, right? What are we gonna do to win at all costs? What are we gonna do to get that success, to build success? What are we gonna do? Like, we have to communicate these things. Who do we have to talk to build these stable relationships, to build these real connections? Who do we have to talk to? right? Because the divine already said he heard our prayers, right? I feel like it's some places that we got to go, some people that we got to see now, some things that we definitely have to close out to build, right? One of our favorite sins, you already know, Fantasia, you got to lose the win. You got to lose the win. There's that decision. That's the choice. What do you have to do? And when you make this decision, it's all about you. This ain't, can't nobody else take responsibility for where your family is going but you, right? What's this appreciation, please? Give us something on this appreciation card, right? Appreciation, I said, for the home and the family, right? Everything we done been through, knowing that it all worked together, right? The Magician. I feel like once we get into the spirit of being realistic and knowing where we want to go, what we want to create, when we appreciate that it's time to move from here right now, to move our family into another place, a more prosperous place. Once we take that responsibility and take that chance and be grateful, there it is. Look, it's gonna have to move though. We have to change our mindsets. We have to change our actions. We have to change some things that brought us joy, right? It's time to reevaluate those things and see if it was really bringing us joy, if it was tear instead of wheat. Because remember, wheat and tear look so similar. You cannot tell until down the line. What else? What about this Eight of Swords, please? What about this Eight of Swords? Page of Wands. I feel like we just stuck in the decision-making phase instead of taking the actions that we need to take. Eight of Swords. Don't get stuck in decision-making when we got growth and potential right here. Growth and wealth and potential right here. Don't get caught. Don't get with the Emperor and the Sun right up underneath. I told you this is a prosperous time. As soon as you evaluate where you want to go, right? As soon as you step into the thing that's gonna bring you passion, right? As soon as you see with your own eyes how that you can make a change, as soon as you face things head on, right? As soon as you speak the things that need to be spoken with no holding back, right? I feel like that's where the change. Look, yes, that is. That's where the change is going to come from. The transformation, right? Having the willpower to move forward, even when people don't want to move around you, right? It could still go away, but I feel like if you continue to dodge these things that you need to detach from, then you're going to be stuck in a cycle. And not just you. The scary part is it'll be what you're teaching your kids, what your kids will be teaching their kids, what their kids will be teaching their kids, until the next me come along to try to help break those cycles, break those chains. You know, every generation, it gets harder and harder to reach, right? It's always a few, but every generation, it seems like it gets harder and harder to reach. I know that my mom and dad, they grew up in the church. That's how they didn't have no choice. Then when I came along, it was like I grew up to a certain extent. Then I made my own decision. And then it seemed like my kids, I did what I could do, but it seemed like they stopped being interested a whole lot earlier than I did. And now my granddaughter, she don't even go to church like her mom and them used to do every Sunday, every Wednesday, every Thursday, Friday. Where is the spiritual growth that's going to touch their inside? Right? We got to start looking at the bigger picture, y'all. We got to start looking at the bigger picture. A lot of reasons why we don't recognize things. And I know people have been hurt in the church. I know people's like, I believe in God, but I don't believe in the church. Well, you don't have to go to church, but you need to connect yourself with people that know that there's a higher source, a higher power, right? Period. That's the foundation. I feel like that's how we're going to build the ideal situations, right? Build stronger foundations when we start adding that water. Like this is the year of the water tiger, adding spirituality along with drive and passion. So far it's looking pretty good. So far it's looking pretty good. I'm going to get a card to see if Spirit wants me to show you, Spirit, what else do you want them to see that we can have positive results, that we can get those opportunities, that we can make our dreams come true, right? That we can have something concrete to stand on. Spirit, show us what we need to see. Didn't I say making our dreams come true? Fruition. Right, nourish. We've been talking about being in a mindset of not wanting but receiving, and that just takes putting in the work, evolving, making good choices, right? Being discerning about what we really want, what connections, who do we really want to be connected to, right? Knowing that what's the right path for us. Everybody can't be wheat, everybody can't be tare, but everybody have a role to play, right? What is the role that you want to play with that 3, right? Yeah. What's the role? Third time card is a time card 6 this year. This year is a chance to protect your family, protect your dreams, protect your finances, protect your goals. This is the year. This is about to be some changes. Spirit already told us it's about to be some changes. The energy of the 2 is there, right? And 3, I mean, literally tomorrow you might actually have some kind of residual feeling of a push, maybe of stress or worries. But know that you are protected. Remember, I told you it was a storm coming. I feel like you just need to be patient, right? I feel like really just need to be patient. Spirit, I want to know, what is this protection? I'm going to see, what is this protection? What are you protecting us from? What is this you are protecting us from? Living a boring life. Protecting us from oppression. Remember that return of Pluto is all about systematic things, right? That return of Pluto is not just about let me get my notes. Yeah, it's all about systematic flags. This is the system. What is he trying to protect us from? The system, the government. Ooh, hate crimes. Deep faking in the cyber world. Right, sanctions and economic penalties. What is he trying to protect us from? Wow, attacks. Our attacks on our leaders. It's trying to protect us from attacks on our leaders. Right, with the hangman, trying to protect us from losses. Trying to protect us from letting our mouth get us into something that our behinds can't get us out of. Trying to protect our journey. He's trying to protect us. He's trying to protect every aspect of our walk in the journey from the system. I'm telling you, if you watch the news lately, it's wartime. Did y'all know that? Did you know that in certain countries they are preparing for war right now? And did you know that we are allies? You know that we have allies to different countries. So therefore, if it affects one, it affects us all. Ooh, he's trying to protect us from death. Right? He's trying to protect us from meeting our demise. Right? He's trying to protect us from our thoughts, stopping us from moving forward. Yeah, I feel like he definitely wants you to know that you have to really stay prepared, right? I feel like he wants you to know that even though things may feel uncomfortable, it's time to find sanctuary. What He's trying to protect our homes, what we've been building. He's trying to protect the work that we've been putting in. That's that karmic work that we've been putting in. Everybody haven't been putting in bad works. Remember, we the weed over here. At least we try to be, right? We try to be the weed over here. He's trying to protect us from heartbreak. Right? Oh, yes, I love it. I told you, death. He's trying to protect us from our generation, our family, our values, and our morals. He's trying to protect those things from utterly dying out. He's trying to protect us from things we don't even know, the unknown, unreal. He's trying to protect us from unrealistic situations, right? Protecting us from messages people have been trying to, agendas that people have been trying to force on us. Because we're talking about systematic and government issues right here, with that Emperor card being the first card coming out. Wow. Yeah, the wounded warrior. Right? This is just a test of faith. Right? Are you gonna lean with the divine? Are you gonna know? Are you gonna work with the divine, the universal energies? Right? He's trying to prepare us. He's trying to prepare us for these new systematic changes, right? And protect us. That's what we want to be, prepared and protected to receive, right? So I wanted to pull, because that's a 10 card cycles and in it. I wanted to pull on fruition, right? The things that we're trying to bring in, right? Give us something on fruition. What's coming into fruition? What's coming into fruition for us, Spirit? Balance. Balance and strength, right? The realness that the angels are working with us, right? Temperance is having patience, right? He's trying to bring in adaptability, right? With those 2 cups, he's trying to bring us to a natural state of affection, trying to bring us to a natural state of cooperation, right? He's trying to bring us to a natural state of mind, right? Compassion. I'm getting compassion, yeah, with that King of Cups and the King of Pentacles, trying to balance out our head and our heart, right? A balance of head and heart is coming. A balance of head and heart is coming. I love it. I can't make it up. The 6 of Pentacles is all about balancing out, being the giver. Are you going to be the giver or the beggar? Separating the wheat and the tariff. And you see those karmic scales on there. Wow. I feel like he's trying to bring us the answers to all our problems that was causing us heartache and causing us mental ache. I feel like that if we ask, if we really search for what needs to be restored, what really needs to be healed, I feel like that is going to come. What else is coming into fruition? New opportunities. New opportunities and our mates and positive growth, right? What's coming into fruition? All these things, if we do what really needs to be done. Like, this is, what do you really believe in with the Hierophant? What are you really going to move forward towards? Right? This is a new cycle. A new cycle, y'all. Wow. That's awesome. Nourishment. How do we move forward, Spirit? How do we move forward? How do we choose? Let go of anxieties and being stagnant, right? Get out of your head, get you some rest, get a move on, don't miss your boat, be optimistic, right? Let go of the fears and worries. I told you today is the perfect day, right? You are under grace today. That's why I'm going live so much today, because this energy is don't last long. And when will the next time we will have two? Never in our lifetime again will we step into this same energy. So pat yourself on the back for being able to be a part of this new start, this new generation, right? But in order to do that, we're going to have to go forward and let go of our fears and our anxieties, right? We're going to have to be optimistic. Powerful realization. It's time to take the rose-colored glasses off. It's time to take rose-colored glasses off and choose, look, and choose what we really desire. Whatever cup you choose, I like to show this like this. Because whatever cup you choose, that's the path you're going to go down to get it. This is the energy you're going to be building on. Yeah. You go build on regret and loss, or you go build on true love and appreciation. That's the choice they had to make in the garden. Recognizing a false truth, right? Standing on the real truth. Wow. What's your true motives? What's your real motives? What's your real motives? What is the real motive? What's the real motive? What's really gonna bring you passion? What do you really want? What is the success that you're looking for? The joy that you're looking for? Is it money? Is it love? Is it learning? Right? Is it drugs and alcohol? Right? Is it a new start to something? It's decisions that definitely need to be made. It's time to get pumped up, family. It's time to get pumped up. Time to move and go. It's time to get pumped up. Yes, time to move from things that no longer serve us. Time to build independent businesses. I like to call them black-owned businesses because I'm black, but anybody can be an entrepreneur. But it's time to seek the thing that really bring you joy. Right? It's decision time. Who you gonna cooperate with? What relationships are you gonna form? Time for inspiration. What really inspires you? What really inspires you? Tells you. What really inspires you? Time to clear up your thoughts. Look at the bigger picture. And make a decision, fam. That's a 20 to 30. Oh, this energy for the next 10 years. For the next 10 years, yeah, realizing right now, today is the 3. Today is not the 2. Today is the 3, but it's a 3 that's carrying a lot of energies from the 2, bringing things to peace and love and joy. This is the decision. What are you going to do? What are you going to go for? How are you going to express yourself? Who you going to cooperate with? What are you going to do to go forward? Who are you going to go forward with? What are you going forward towards? What are your motives for going forward? I like that. Beautiful energy. It's time to release. Remember, today is the time to step in our personal power and detach from things that no longer serve us and align with our purpose to bring us our pleasure. Right? Not just us, our families. Expect unexpected changes. We are creating. Expect unexpected changes. If you put forth the effort, right? I always have to put that disclaimer on you. You're not gonna get none of this if you don't do this. So it's just a little, just for your information. Now, I said I was going to pull all signs. All signs. I'm going to pull well, I'll use these. I'll use these. I'll use these. Just let me, I'm going to pull all signs. I'm going to pull a card on what we need to detach from, and I'm going to pull on the goals we need to align with, so we can have a real assessment of what we trying to do. Like that's why we step into the table. My nose is itching, so somebody might be getting ready to contact somebody, an unexpected visitor. Okay. But definitely, I'm going to pull a card on what we need to change, detach from. And I'm going to pull what we need to do, what goal we need to align with. And then I guess I'll do I'll pull an oracle to give us help in dealing with it. Excuse my allergies, you know, the season is changing, so my nose tingling. I was outside in the back earlier getting my, I didn't get my foundation poured, but I did get the ground moved so that we can get that foundation. The groundbreaking energies, man. I did break the ground so we can get ready to pour that foundation for the pool that I'm putting in. Grateful to have that opportunity. Grateful to be here with you guys through it all, moving to calmer waters on our journey. This is our journey for wellness, to wellness. Just want to shake these up a little bit, because that way we know if we get that same card again, it was meant for us to see it. So I'm going to go down. I'll start with Aries. Oh yeah, this is what I want to use. I want to use this list because they have everybody, and I don't have to try to keep up with the signs. As much as I don't want to keep up with the signs. Yeah, so far it's been great. Guess I'll come back after lunch, maybe do a love reading. I know if y'all interested in, I know some of y'all ain't worried about your kids, grandkids, and your kids. So I'm definitely going to come back and cater to you guys that want to know just what's going on right now, because you're not going to be around in 248 years. So some of y'all don't care. Let them get it how you got it, huh? That's how I'm feeling for some of y'all's energy. So I just rearranged those. So we'll pull a card on what we need to detach from. We'll pull a card on what goals we need to align with to reap the best benefits. And I also pull some advice to help us get there. A quick update. I did get in contact with the coffee man, and I will be looking forward to an interview with him. He did confirm, but of course he is a busy man, so we have to wait and see when he'll be coming on. But I think he's going to try to work me in. It's going to go both ways. Iron sharpens iron, so that'll be perfect. So I'm going to start with Aries. What we need to detach from. Unrealistic thoughts. Right? Detach from things coming back from the past. Detach from playing roles. What goals do we need to line up? You need to line up with going, right? With things that serve you a more purpose. It's time to detach from things that don't serve you any purpose anymore, Aries. It's time to put your big girl or your big boy drawers on. It's time to align with becoming independent. Some things you do got to start on your own or being the initiator, right? And how you do that? You look at the bigger picture, right? You find the beauty in what you're doing. That's awesome. Hey, Taurus, you need to detach from almost the same thing, unrealistic thinking, right? Detach from anxieties, whatever you are anxious about, whatever you are anxious about getting or receiving. Like you could probably feel it. That's one of the two energies, the anticipation. Like you can almost feel the change, right? But you're not supposed to be anxious for anything. You're supposed to be in an allowing spirit, allow it to come to you, right? And just keep doing what you're doing because you got the start. So obviously you're doing something right. You need to align with your purpose. Align with how you really want to move from here to there. Align with communications. I'm telling you, I'm getting a real nervous energy around you, right? Just as long as you align with where you need to go or where you're going, it shouldn't be any nervousness around that. Some of you guys need to definitely sell yourself, right? I told you, look, the darkness, be patient. Just be patient. It's coming. You might have a little bit further to go, but be patient. Be patient. Geminis, progress. You need to detach from toxic communication, toxic movement, moving too quick, right? You need to detach from, some of you Geminis need to detach from sex, right? Like literally be a little bit abstinent, hold yourself to keep yourself to yourself. Yeah, because you've been through a lot. It's time give yourself a chance to recover emotionally, right? Detach from sending so many texts, detach from sending so many calls, detach from traveling, going back and forth to a past thing, a past lover, a past love, something that you was really in tune with. It's time to definitely move past that and change. Have patience, right? And get your focus on being not aligned with your spiritual laws, right? It's time to look for getting messages from the divine. Focus on getting messages from the divine and having some self-control. Yeah, time to have some self-control. Okay, Cancers, it's time to detach from a how do you say, victim mentality, right? It's time to detach from not being prepared, right? You got places to go and people to see, right? This is only a test of faith. It's time to detach from a victim mentality. It's time to detach. Also, I feel like from old ways of thinking. What do you need to align with? You need to align with more prayer and meditation, right? You need to align with a quiet process of getting to where you need to go. Some of you guys need to definitely align with what your family taught you or your home values. What do you really value? What do you want to happen in your home? It's time to change. Make some necessary changes and necessary adjustments that's gonna bring you success. What about Leos? Leos, it's a lover maybe that you need to detach from, a love of something that you need to detach from. Maybe maybe your love for being in the public eye, right? Maybe it's not all about being upfront. I know Leos are very how do you say entertaining people. Maybe it's time for you to stop entertaining certain people. Yeah, and try something new, right? Align with your purpose instead of entertaining the masses, entertaining the people, putting on a show per se. It's time to align with your purpose. I feel like it's a time to move from individual thinking to community thinking. Yeah, what are you really trying to create with that 3? Right? What are you really trying to manifest? What are you really aligning to? What's really going to bring you happy? How can you express yourself? Right? How can you please yourself and not please people? Like, stop being a people pleaser. Like, you are not the joke. Virgos, it's time to detach from being risky and rude and doing things on a whim. It's time to slow down and get control, right? The Knight of Swords is somebody that's definitely out of control, right? It's time to slow down and let things develop more naturally and aligned with your generational wealth, your generational values. It's time to align with your family, right? Instead of just being all out here wheeling and dealing. It's time for some growth. Time to grow up, Virgos. It's time to attach to something that's sustainable, right? It's time to attach to, and that's the world. You can't do it alone. You've been trying to do it alone for so long. You're gonna have to come into union with somebody. It's time for a new experience, right? A new worldly experience, a new freedom. Libras, the truth. It's time for you to detach from being so cutthroat. Wow. It's time for you to get out of some contracts that you was in. It's time to get out of legal mess, maybe some stuff that had to do with the police. It's time for you to get out of mental stresses. Get out your head. It's time for you to get out your head. Yeah, the wheel is turning. The wheel is turning. It's time for you to line up with the divine plan. It's time for you to line up with what you really want to see to come into fruition. Right? I know it might seem like it's a lot to digest, but I feel like if you could get out of your head, you can really do anything and actually cause movement to come, right? I feel like if you can get out of your head, that you can actually be motivated to do that new thing. I feel like you need to attach to what you really want to invest in and not just what you think you want. Whatever you thinking, detach from just the thought. It's time to start moving forward. The wheel moves. Right? The wheel moves. Nourishment. Take care of yourself. I told you the 7 is a number of conscious thinking, right? Yeah, I feel like you just caught up in some things, detached from things mentally that don't serve you any good. Mentally, that you don't even know if it's true or not. Like you just going along. It's time for you to take care of yourself and do what you want to do. What do you want to invest in? You to get old plans, Scorpio. Right? It's time for you to detach from the old plan. It's time for you to detach from old things that you possess. Like it's time for something new for you. It's time to let the past go and look for something new, a new opportunity. Yeah. It's time to let it go and attach to what will bring you more happiness. It's time to attach to like I feel like you have to overcome your challenges, like let the past go, detach from the past and attach, align with the spirit of overcoming by any means necessary. Yeah, walking, it's time for you to walk into your true power, gain power. Right? It's time for you to Step into your power. I got this lipstick under my hand. Sagittarius. What about Sagittarius? What Sagittarius need to detach from? Drinking, partying, friends. And when I say friends, I mean friends that smile in your face, but they not really offering you any sound advice, right? It's time for you to detach from things that used to bring you happiness and joy, and time to align up. Align up. Yeah, you might have to do it on your own with that Nine of Pentacles. It's time for you to stand up and be independent. It's time for you to cross over, basically. It's time for you to move out of social activities and actually start getting down to business that's going to gain you wealth and worth, right? Party time is over. Party time is over. Time to clean up your act, Sagittarius. Time to clean up your act. Okay, Spirit, what about for Capricorn? Capricorn, it's time to detach from maybe a baby mama, right? It's time to detach from something that's been fooling you, right? Detach from maybe some kind of communication, or detach from maybe detach from communicating with your baby mama, right? But something that was bringing you passion. It's time to stop having kids. Detach from your children. Some of you guys might have to let your children go and let them live their life, right? So that you can live yours. What you need to line up with? Ace of Cups, the new thing, something new and positive, something spiritual. It's time to line up with the divine, right? It's time to remove, detach from all those things that just you doing out of passion. Remember, we talked about what's the motives behind what you're doing, right? What's the passion behind what you're doing? It's time to detach from the passionate drive and move to the spiritual drive, right? Line up with what spirit is trying to give you. Remember, we talked about the truths that are true to you and the truths that are true to the divine, the universal truth. Yeah, it's time to let a bunch of stuff go that's not true. The 2 and the 1, that's a 3, right? It's time to be optimistic. It's time to care for yourself. It's time to push through, right? It's time to have faith and ambition towards real goals. But you gotta let them entanglements go. I'm telling you, could have to do with your baby mamas, but it's definitely some entanglements that you are in that you have to straighten up so the divine can bless you with that. Something beautiful waiting for you. It's time to line up with something that's beautiful and healthy. Spirit, let's see. Aquarius, it's time to detach from, I feel like, thoughts that are I feel like it's some kind of something that you're giving care to, right? It's not really serving you any purpose with a Queen of Pentacles, right? I feel like it's time for you to handle your business better, right? Detach. Some of you have to detach from a job, that job that you thought was good. Some of you do have to detach from that. Or a caregiver. Some of you guys may have to detach from, like I said, something that you was giving care to. It could be a caregiver. It could be something that you was taking care of that's not yours, that's not bringing any wealth, any prosperity. Like you, some of you need to detach from that business or that property that's not growing. Yeah, it's time to listen to the messages. The 8 of Wands. It's time for forward progress. Something that you was investing in, right? That wasn't growing. It's time to switch it up. Yeah, it's trying to start something new. Okay, Aquarius, Pisces. It's time to detach from being unprepared. Detach from people that no longer serve you. Detach from old ideas. Detach from situations that cause conflict, right? And it's time to move forward towards something that will develop you, be good for your development. Something, um, move towards something, a new change, maybe a new risk, a new environment, right? A new mindset with the six swords. This is six swords. It's time for a change in atmosphere. Like you're gonna have to definitely cut some people, places, and things off. Definitely some people and some thoughts, right? That you can move into a better mental state. And then you can expect the unexpected. Once you move and cut those people, places, or things off that no longer serve you and align with the divine purpose, align with something that provides a much stronger atmosphere for you, a healthier atmosphere for you, then you can expect the unexpected, Pisces. I love that. Overall, what about us overall? It's just time to resolve the conflicts. It's time to break the ice, right? It's time to resist thinking that all competition is bad competition. Some competition is healthy competition, right? It's time to align and own up to the problems that we caused up in ourselves, what we allowed, right? It's time for us to take ownership and take authority and really establish ourselves, right? And get that balance. You can't make it up. Right? Spirit is trying to take us to a place as a whole, to a new place of balance. Right? Trying to initiate a new start for us, something that's great. Get us out of a place where we holding anxieties, right? Where we not walking on purpose, right? And move us out of the void in these situations. It's 111 on my clock. Continue to manifest. It's the gateway open. Continue to look within for new heights. I'm going to go and take a lunch break, and I'll be back with maybe a love update for you guys. Until next time, namaste.